Could be live.
Just
Could
kicking
be
back.
not. Who knows? I'm just assuming for the rest of the day that any camera I walk by just has me on the internet. That I won't know. Sweet. We're still here.
We're doing it.
Really looking forward to moving. I'll tell you that much. I don't know why I would think that Wirecast would get any better if we moved, but I'd like to believe it would. I don't even know if we should really show you the pictures we're moving. Something's telling me that we shouldn't at this point. Every time we try to, Wirecast seems to die. What do you feel? You want to do it, Matt? You want to give it another shot?
Maybe in the browser.
Just switch over to those browsers, maybe?
Well,
so scared.
I'm very scared.
I feel like I'm climbing on the outside of a building.
when you set up desktop presenter again, that crashed too.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Whatever you want. No?
Window. Chrome. Oh, cross your fingers, world.
Here we go. New office, maybe? What do you think? Ho!
How nice.
Pano. Yeah. Ah! It's like you're in a desk. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Space for us. I'm not gonna have those huge, ridiculous desks.
No.
No.
Actually,
That's
we
nice.
could keep those and just like sit back there and bark out
Bark out
orders.
More Git.
More Git. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Right. The outside one's kind of nice. Holy
Yeah,
shit, there you
that's
go. Right there on the river. Yeah. That is a super fun site right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think in Portland, Oregon we would have wonderful, clean, hippie rivers, right?
Yeah.
When I moved out here, I was like, oh man, everyone's gonna eat granola, they're gonna be drinking water right from the river, it's gonna be amazing. It'd
Nope.
be like hippie chicks dancing around in there. No, dude.
Not at the Willamette.
Not at all. Burns your eyes in there. You don't want to get in that. Yeah, okay. Well then, let's see what we can recover here. So that's the news. Going to be moving. Probably no totally random next week, but perhaps the week after. I don't know. Getting into the holidays. We'll see where we're at. Gets real loosey-goosey, but can't do it. We'll certainly post anything that we have to share on the YouTubes.
Get some likes or some social. Isn't there some social news of some sort? Facebook
Was there social? I think we
likes
got
or-
over some number that you liked on Facebook, right, Matt?
That's right.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are finally
If it dipped
Finally,
below
yeah.
500, that would have been sad.
500 likes on our
I did.
Facebook page.
These guys can't do a video. There you go.
So
That's
if you
nice.
don't like concrete5 on Facebook, you should.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's not the most active place that we're at, but there's a presence there. Karma? Shall we karma it?
Sure.
All right.
And now, for the weekly winners. Come on down.
Weekly winners. So if you don't know, you win points for doing stuff in concrete5.org and promote the project. You can help people in the forums, you can do work and you get points and they add up, and at the end of the week we give away add-ons and themes to people who are winners. Who are winners this week, Matt?
Looks like Enlil got a copy of Thumbs Up voting for helping out.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jay got a copy of Proform for promoting concrete5.
Excellent.
And I, Matt
Oh.
Waters, got a copy of Structured Content for doing work.
Doing the work.
Congratulations, Matt.
Matt Waters, everyone.
That's awesome. You can use it to fix Wirecast.
I wish.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Do we have pictures?
Yes, we do actually. We have one picture. This is pretty cool.
What?
This is Made for Space, Remo, Bruno, and Thomas hanging out, I believe, in Italy.
That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
They had some drinks, they had some food, they had some fun.
That sounds excellent. That's your Julius Caesar. Came, had some drinks, had some fun. Cool, awesome. Well, we like seeing that. We like seeing real people in the real world.
Absolutely.
Having a real good time.
Yeah.
That's nice, with a concrete5 sticker involved. And thank you for all the help in the community and on the project. Good work, Matt, of course, and everybody else. If you like stickers, we'd be happy to send them to you. Just go to our swag page, put your mailing address in the bottom, and we'll send you pictures. I'm not going to make you do that dance.
Okay.
I think we're doing some PRB.
Yeah.
Doing some PRB.
Let's do it.
Let's check in with Mr. Joyce.
Alright.
Introducing Great Choice by Greg Joyce.
I always like checking in with Greg Joyce. He makes great choices.
He does.
Yeah. And it's not just because of the rhyming all the time. He's a good chooser. I like some of the choices he makes.
Looking at
What I
what
think
we're getting set up
I
for.
think we're checking in with Craig here in a minute. It's not very bright in here.
No.
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah. It's gotta be, what's that?
Well, that's it. Sentimental choice. This is the last totally random that will be broadcast from this building. So
Aw.
I'll just give everybody a little picture of the office.
Choice to leave.
Mhm.
Oh, well. Oh. Looks like you got Matt in the background
Yeah,
too,
there he
trying to
Get-
fade into a shadow.
Getting ready for totally random.
Please. Nice. All right. Well, what other choices have you made recently, Greg Joyce?
We've got a lot of themes and add-ons.
All right.
Cut back to you guys quick. I got to set them up again.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that list. Looked
It's quite the list.
Spend some
Pretty
time
extensive.
here. Oh, there's going to be some clicking. That's great. Yep. Yeah, it's been an eventful couple of weeks in the PRB. Been some debate in the PRB. I guess we could talk about that while you click on links about what should be the policy on add-ons and themes that overlap in terms of functionality or whatever. And
not necessarily those that have borrowed from code-wise.
no.
Just in
Code borrowing, I think,
more of
is a
yeah, that's
kind of a
strictly
universal.
no-no.
Hey, I'll know it when I see it. In terms of code reuse, there's the whole debate of, well, look, there's really no such thing as a new loop in life. I mean, how much of this stuff is really that revolutionary? And most of us have thoughts like that about the patent system for online stuff. It's kind of
Yeah.
insane. But no, when there are, if there is a, Bootstrap theme A, should there be Bootstrap theme B from someone else at a competitive price, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And, the answer is yes, of course. I don't know how else it could possibly work. The idea of us kind of mitigating who's in charge of this or who's in charge of that and doling out the rights to kind of own space in the PRB or in the marketplace is simply not something that is going to happen anytime soon. A little bit of competition never hurt.
No.
And we constantly see new people bring new ideas and approaches to old problems, and that's great. I mean,
Yeah, it's one of the best parts.
Yeah, we here often throw away our own ideas, or we'll be first to admit that, well, that was interesting at the time, but here's a better way to do it. So we want to try to keep the ecosystem supporting that for all the bumps that might create in the road. So that being said, are we ready to rock and roll here, Matt?
We sure are.
Looks like it. Cool. What do we got?
Alright, first up we have Roni D Alerts from Roni D Developer. This will basically just let you put one of these 4 alert boxes that will display to a user when they visit, and then it'll set a cookie so they never see it again.
That's handy.
Next up, we have the Shades of Grey theme from Steve B. And this is a just basic gray theme that's responsive.
Nice.
Cool.
How many shades of gray were there in this thing?
More than 3,
Okay, but less than 50.
I suppose so.
Excellent.
It actually has 3 different gray themes built into this package.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you can switch between them.
So at least 3 shades of gray.
Okay, nice.
Next up is the Easy Countdown from Binary Blocks, and basically this gives you a little content block where you can add some content, and then you set a date for the countdown to expire, and then your content gets shown, and then when you are in the bounds of the countdown, it'll display your choice of counting down numbers.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So 7 days left to vote.
Right, yep, yep.
Cool, that's handy.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Nice.
super handy.
Next one up is Roni D Buttons, and this uses the Font Awesome library to display some stylish buttons on your site.
Cool.
Big
Yeah.
buttons.
Next up, Share Like Follow from the Webmakers, and this one will let you put your Pinterest, Google Plus, like and tweet buttons on your site, and it'll give you follow options or simple like options. So it's a little bit different than another option there for people that are looking for a widget for those social
Emotion-y stuff.
things
Cool.
that are so necessary.
Nice.
All right. Next up is Google Slides from Growth Curve, and this
Great.
will display a Picasa album on your website
Cool. Okay.
in a slidery fashion. All right.
That's handy.
Next up is Enlil Simple Text, and this one will put unstyled text on your site. That's what it does.
All right.
No rich editing, no markdown. It does support magic data if you like that.
Does it support like line breaks?
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
assume so.
Yeah. I don't.
So it's
know
not just
off-
HTML. Or
Yeah, I don't
it's
know
just-
offhand if it uses like pre or if it puts
Oh,
everything
yeah.
into p tags.
That's cool. Just curious.
Alright. Next up is Page Statistics Viewer from Hissy.
Oh.
And I believe this uses your regular concrete5 statistics, but it just uses the Google Charts API to display it in a nice way, and you can track, on this page, for example, you're getting a report of who versus guest is visiting your page.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's handy for anybody. Next up is the Bella theme from Windhack, and this is a nice responsive theme with a little bit of a burgundy flair.
Ooh.
Great for a winery, cafe, or therapist.
Burgundy flair. 'Tis the season.
Next up is the Alpha theme from Formago, and this is a pretty cool one. It looks nice. It's fully responsive. It also includes several other add-ins with it that are styled to the theme, including a document manager that looks pretty impressive.
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice little whole site.
That's
Yeah.
very handy.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And next up is Snowflakes for Free from SK01, and this one was caused a bit of a hubbub. But
One of several snowflake offerings in the
Yeah.
marketplace.
Well, people
today.
love snow.
yeah,
you know?
and it's a good time for it.
That's
So,
right.
in the end, everybody came out a little bigger. All right, Uber List from JTF, or John the Fish rather. I always write his name as an abbreviation. This is another magic add-on, and this one kind of lets you replicate page lists and so forth using his magic syntax. And the default layout is in kind of a masonry style with some pagination. So this is a good way for aggregating data.
Cool.
Cool.
And next up is another one from John the Fish, and this is not related to his magic stuff at all. It's called Instant Swipe, and it's really pretty cool because what it lets you do is it will capture a swipe event, and then you can assign that swipe event on a part of your page to to trigger a click event in another element of your page using a jQuery selector.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it is really cool. So,
Very handy.
if you have a gallery that you're like, oh, I wish people could swipe this, you can
Yeah.
go work with anything that, as long as it uses a click event on a selectable area, it'll
Wow.
work.
So it can
Handy.
just can hack those gestures into existing stuff without having to rewrite everything.
Cool bunch of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
Very
cool.
clever.
And next up is Blue Magnet from, oh, I'm lost my place. It's Blue Magnet from TubeLing. And, it's a nice responsive theme. To me, I feel like this would be an excellent theme for a cop show. Like, I wish we could have some awesome 80s sax playing in the
Yeah.
background right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Blue
blue,
mag-
the
Some
blue.
sort of, like, Jan Hammer theme going.
Yeah. All right. Start a
You're
cop
off the
show.
force, Blue Magnet.
You're off your case, chief.
Next up is site notification. Wait, no, this is Pro Tabs from Hostco, and basically this lets you. It creates stacks, and then does tabination on those stacks, and you can use it for more than just Ford cargo trucks. But,
Sweet.
Yep, it's a does it. And
Nice.
next up is HTML Plus from Digirunt.
Whoa.
And this thing is pretty cool. I think it would be awesome if you were like using concrete5 in an educational fashion and wanted to like show people how HTML works, or if you were anybody that's looking to expand their abilities beyond the simple content blocks. This is a good one because it lets you, or anybody that gets frustrated with having to lay out content and make sense. This one you just click the little buttons and it gives you tags and you can fill in the blanks.
It's like a cheat sheet and editor all in one.
Wow.
That's right, yeah. And it also does work with concrete5.
Sweet.
So you can add in page links and so forth.
Oh, cool. That's nice.
Nice.
And next up is what? Is this Pro Tabs again?
This is Pro Tabs.
Oh man. The one that I said was Pro Tabs was accordion content by Amrod.
It didn't feel very
Yeah,
tabby.
it didn't. Felt accordion.
confusing.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Oh,
That's
well.
cool.
No one's
So this is
perfect.
Pro Tabs from Hostco, and this might also create stacks for your tabs. We had a lot of add-ons. I can't remember how they all work.
No, it does look like
There's tab.
It looks like you could put different types of content in these tabs, so I would imagine they're stack based. Because, whenever we've talked about doing tab add-ons in the past, it's always been, do you just bundle that up in one specific block? And if you do, how do you get different types of content
Right.
in
Yeah, I
those tabs?
believe
It looks
that
like they've
the
got a
way
Google
this
Maps
one
for it.
works is it creates stacks, and then I feel like one of the stacks is where you use a content block to put the name of the tab, and then a different stack is where you actually put the content for the stack.
Got it.
Yeah,
It's interesting to press.
it's an interesting approach.
Could we go back and look at the accordion one for a second, since we were talking about
let's check out the
give that guy
accordion
the attention he's due. We get like 3 back, maybe.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
One more.
There we go. So this is more of a
Yeah, this
collapsy,
one.
expandy type
Yeah,
deal.
this one might work as per like a block area or something like that.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
to me
not-
like you're just putting a block
Yeah.
in the area there, and there's a closed state and an open state. You can stack as many of them you want. Looks like there's
Yeah.
probably some
Yeah.
formatting. People love this expandy, collapsy stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Check it out if you want to know more about it.
There you go.
It's on the site. All right, and next up is Flat Fortuna from PSD Addict.
Well, that is a way to do
And
it.
yeah, this is it's a responsive theme. It even works in the great outdoors.
Works in the jungle.
Yeah. And
Looks nice.
it does look. It's a nice looking theme. He really put some thought into his screenshots.
Yeah,
I mean, these are
Yeah.
really good.
Man.
And what is this is site notifications from bbang89, and this it's hard to see in this picture, but that
Top.
blue
Top.
bar across the top is actually what
Heads up.
the add-on is giving you.
It's going down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
And you manage all those notifications from the dashboard,
Oh,
and you
that's
can
neat.
set start and end dates, and
Oh, sweet.
uses cookies to, if you've closed it out, you don't have to see it again.
That's very handy.
And you can also, I believe you can reset all those cookies if you want.
Cool.
To like force re-showing.
Read it again.
It's pretty, if you need that. it's
Feels
good.
very much like that was built out of actual use in
Yeah.
a real world situation.
Well, here we go.
And next up is Search Experience Optimization from Sky Blue Sofa. And this is another one that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Like, it does a lot of telling you about how your page is working for SEO. I mean, it's kind of like having your own little SEO consultant in the sidebar there. So if somebody is interested in doing that on their own, this is a good option. And it's
Wow.
also, if you're interested in learning more about SEO, I feel like this would be a good
Totally.
Yeah,
choice to
nice.
install and run through your site and see what you can do.
Pick out your density weight.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really, he thought it out. It handles it all.
Nice.
And what's up? Oh, this is the last one, and this is, and Lil likes this, and this is kind of a heartwarming add-on because and Lil discovered that our Andrews like this add-on was no longer compatible with the current
Oh,
stream
no.
of concrete5, and he
Yeah.
went ahead and got it to work again, and then juiced it up a little bit, and then
Nice.
submitted to the PRB and released it as a free add-on. So this is an excellent tutorial add-on for
Nice.
anybody that wants to learn more about Concrete 5, I think. And Lil used it as an opportunity to expand his own knowledge.
Very cool. That was
Yes.
what it was always meant for, so that's good to hear.
Do you like that?
I do like that. That is add-on show synergy right there, people.
Sweet.
Oh,
Thanks, Greg Joyce. Great choice. We're making good progress today. How about, now that we got the thing moving, how about getting it and get...
Let's do it.
What did we get in it?
Yeah, so this week, it's been a little while since we've done Totally Random, and a fair amount of stuff has happened in Git. Rather than go over any one pull request, I want to talk about some Git restructuring that we've done lately with the help of our community members. And the best way to show off some of that restructuring is to just take a look at the landing page for our Git repository, which I believe Matt is loading up right now. And that is here. If you scroll down just a little bit, Matt, you can see this little awesome graphic that appears right above our concrete5 logo that says build passing. That is, oh, nope, back up, there you go. It's the green and black guy. That is something that someone added to our concrete5 unit tests repository. And this is a graphic that you've probably seen on Git repositories all over the place. It is hooking into a continuous integration suite of tools that runs PHP unit tests anytime someone commits changes to the concrete5 repository. So anytime you make a change to concrete5 or submit a pull request, all our unit tests, which are now in the concrete5 root directory, they automatically get run. And if they fail, it sends out an email and shows where they failed. And if you go into the second link in that document, Matt, here we are. This is the Travis Continuous Integration dashboard that shows the results of different commits, and will show the actual logs from the unit test runs, etc. And this would not be possible without the help of a number of people who were active in the concrete5 tests repository. And due to just the ease of maintenance of all these different repositories, we have decided to move them all into the concrete5 the concrete5 main repository. And that also includes the command line installer. So if we head back to the GitHub concrete5 repository, and we can probably even just dispense with the last tab, it's not necessary. You can see that there is a CLI and tests directories in there, and those are tools that used to have their own concrete5, or that used to have their own GitHub repositories, but having that be the case made it much harder to write tests than it ought to be. And the benefits of that, which was having different people have commit access to that repository, were really outweighed by the fact that it was too easy to ignore the tests when they were in separate directories, and too hard to write tests for existing branches of concrete5. And everyone who was active in that repository, including Minkris, Remo, someone who actually did the Travis Continuous Integration, whose name I'm spacing. Thank you all so much, and we are going to be continually working on these tests, and it will be even easier now that all that stuff is talking together nicely.
Super.
So thank you, guys.
Thanks. Nice talking. Any questions? I don't know. I'm hanging out in IRC. If you guys have questions, now's the time. If you don't, we're going to turn all this junk off and get back to work, which is perfectly reasonable. I don't see any questions. So,
You want to talk about anything that might be in the Reddit?
do you have that up? I haven't looked at it.
I'm getting it.
Mostly, I think it's a deal of the days.
Pre-show thread.
Oh.
Thread it.
Are we using Bootstrap 3 and 5.7?
We are. And it's a little painful, but there is a migration path to it. The Bootstrap docs have gotten a lot better in terms of how to change your code to make it work. In general, a number of the dashboard pages are needing to be reskinned, but for most add-ons, it should be relatively painless. It shouldn't be quite the same layout craziness that going from Bootstrap 1 to Bootstrap 2 is. Certainly there's some ways to make your stuff look a bit nicer by using the classes they designate. But when we went from Bootstrap 1 to 2, it was a lot of forms and stuff got totally screwed up, and that shouldn't be the case with going from 2 to 3.
Okay. Well, actually, quite a few questions right there. Something about adding tags block to a stack. Or looks like there's some type of bug, perhaps.
That's
Oh, the
impossible.
link? I don't
Doesn't
believe
sound
it.
right.
Can't possibly happen. Whoa, it's huge.
I feel like somebody brought this to my attention at one point.
Sweet.
We did lots.
Yeah, there's been some people, looks like they have a similar problem. Oh. Yep.
Yeah, I remember what you're going through.
There you go. Looks like there's a fix in GitHub. Looks like does the trick.
Let's take a look at it.
There you go.
It passes the tests.
Fast tests. Boom. Yeah, so I would imagine
I'll check out my
that,
explore request.
that would be in there eventually. Does beg the question of will we be doing a 5.6.x release at some point, which I know has
Yeah, there are a fair number of things in there at this point,
Yeah.
including some internationalization stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's probably in our future. It, depending on what we want to include in that, we're definitely not going to take the idea of shaving off a lot of 5.7 stuff and putting it in 5.6
No, but we'll keep
something. But
good bug fixes.
yeah, definitely bug fixes going into that, and we might figure out some other things to include in that we might want available sooner rather than later.
What else do we have over here in Reddit? How we do that, create a custom toolbar dropdown, which is present even when you are in the dashboard. Example of this remote page header. I don't know. There's a few add-ons that do that. You could check out the internationalization add-on. It's free. And it
Yeah.
adds something to the toolbar.
It does. I think that only does it on the off the top of my head. I don't think that the same hooks
Yeah.
are present in the toolbar in the dashboard as are when you're browsing the site with the toolbar. You could certainly hack this by just adding JavaScript to your page that writes stuff that gets run on both dashboard pages and front end, but that might actually be harder than just doing the internationalization approach, which is documented and does work. Like that SEO add-on that we saw was adding something to the front end.
I don't know if it was on the dashboard
No, I
side
don't
as well.
think it probably
Yeah.
was. No, but that would be something for us to think about in the future.
Probably I could see that changing in 5.7 pretty easily.
Yeah.
Here's how we do that. Affects me forever. Would it be possible to create an attribute option that presents the type underscore form that would allow an attribute to be repeatable field? For example, add a new image file attribute and its options have a checkbox that says this field is repeatable. I was thinking perhaps something like a global is repeatable column database with an attribute. Yeah.
I think I know why you'd want that. For example, if you wanted to have an attribute that was a list of images rather than
0 to
just
n
one.
images. Yeah.
I think you're going to have better luck just making a custom attribute type that is multiple images. There's already one in the marketplace for free to download that Tony made ages ago that does work.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to do something like this, it's going to be hard to imagine that not causing weird edge cases in the future. And something like that, I feel, would need to be custom by its very nature most of the time.
Yeah.
At least in its presentation mode as well. So
I guess what you're saying is, us adding some option to make all attributes 0 to n against any time they're used sounds complicated and confusing and likely to break a lot of stuff versus you just making an attribute that does what you need.
Yeah,
Like it's
a
got room
checkbox
for 30
list
images.
or-
That's all we'll
yeah.
ever need. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I definitely understand why you'd want it.
Yeah.
Having made gallery blocks and things like that, and really wanted an easy way to do something like that. And maybe there's room in the core for helpers that do some of this stuff. So, for example, there's a user selector in the core that gives you a widget to select a user, and that's what could be used by a user attribute without a lot of work. There is a widget in the core that lets you select multiple users. So maybe some hooks in the core, some new widgets that let you select multiple files, so that when you have to build those custom attributes, it's at least you're not coding all this stuff from scratch.
Yep. So I think that's pretty good for Reddit. Over here in IRC, how's 5.7 development going forward? It's going forward well. We posted a video to YouTube last week about some tweaks we've been making to the edit page, in-page editing settings / composer type experience. I think that's starting to come together in a more orchestrated and meaningfully elegant way.
Yeah.
So, that's a video worth playing with in the latest build if it's behaving.
And then beyond that, we're just kind of cleaning up stuff that's sort of gotten crufty over the years and trying to make all the new stuff that we're adding, like the new drag and drop block interface and the new panels, really work with the old stuff that we have in there and replacing parts as necessary.
Certainly plenty of opportunities to help if you have time.
Yes.
There's any number of Git issues, particularly around conversations, I think, that have been added. We've mostly built out, but definitely needs help on that last 20%. And matter of, well, when are we going to get there?
Anything in GitHub that has a 5.7 milestone attached to it is fair game, and we would love to, and should have reasonable detail attached to it. And we should add some more stuff to that, but there's plenty in there already.
But that conversation stuff is, the commercial discussions add-on is going away for free conversations to be included in the core. So, again, I would reiterate that any help in finishing that would be much appreciated. Plans for Bootstrap 3 concrete5 specific upgrade doc. No.
It's possible.
Some notes.
When we get the dashboard pages really really sort of dialed in, there will likely be a dashboard style guide update, which we had for. We had one for 5.5 where we talked about how to code the headers and the footers, and since a lot of that stuff is changing, I imagine once a few of those interfaces really get dialed in, we will write a dashboard style guide document and perhaps a block style guide document, but it won't really touch Bootstrap except insofar as saying we use Bootstrap 3, so you can make use of it.
Oh, just lost people. All right, well, that's what I know. I'm sure you know a lot more, but I know we gotta get back to work. So, I'm not sure when we'll be back, but we'll be missing you, and we'll see you from a new location next time.
Ooh.
And that'll be awesome. We'll see you online. It's been totally random.
Hey guys.